after the nicest bus ride, we have made our way to the charming town of
San Miguel de Allende.
San Miguel de Allende is a completely walkable small town. There are beautiful buildings, artwork, churches, and parks around every corner. But you know what we're here for, the food. Although a slightly higher price than most cities in Mexico, we are here to show you the budget-friendly way to explore this magical little town. We are so excited to see what this little town has to offer and can't wait to share all the food with you.
So we haven't even made it much farther than the bus station into town when we saw these amazing chickens being rotated on the spit. And this gentleman was so nice to help us out. He sliced up the thing into pieces with scissors for us, but it smells amazing right here. Gracias, señor.
So we've made it back to our hotel. So if you've never been to a Pollo lady in Mexico, it always comes with this orange red salsa, and it's one of the best salsas. And it usually only comes with rotisserie or asado chicken. This was 130 pesos, and we got a giant bag of chicken. If you don't like salsa, it doesn't even need salsa. Got enough spice on it that I could eat this by itself. Look how fat that is. We're 2 days from Thanksgiving, so I guess this is our Thanksgiving meal. Happy Thanksgiving. The flavor is just so good. It's like red bell pepper flavor. Like you just can't get the flavor anywhere else other than a chicken lady. Which this was a chicken guy, but we always call it a chicken lady because that's where we first had it, was a chicken lady on the streets in Sayulita. It's so good. The salsa is great. It's real spicy.
It is definitely worth the walk down the hill. There's a couple different pollo spots, but this one was called El Hornito. Maybe stop by the tortilleria on the way back and you can make tacos with it. We are starving from our entire travel day, so we are just housing chicken in the middle of this awesome patio at our Airbnb. So while we were here, we had no idea, but it is Dia de Revolucion. So there are parades in the streets and everyone is going wild. Everything is 10 times more crowded than it normally is. Everywhere you look is just incredible. There's so much color, there's so much foliage. They have these little garland wreaths like around every single doorway. It is so cool. I was just walking by and I saw a sign that said 12 mini pancakes for 35 pesos, and that was too good for me to pass up. She's out there with her griddle on the street and she's buttering them and flipping them to order and putting them fresh batter, so they're gonna be hot off the press. The dough is just like slowly puffing up and she's checking them to make sure that they're completely cooked and then giving them a flip with these two little chopsticks. I'm not quite sure that this place will be here when you visit. I think it's just because of the Dia de Revolucion that they've had a little pop-up shop. Most of the time this is just a carniceria, so I'm not quite sure if this is just a one-off. That's one thing that's totally cool about Mexico, is nothing is ever as it seems. Like 1 minute it's a carniceria, next minute they're selling mini pancakes. Like who knows what it'll be at night. Just looking for a spot to eat these puppies. So I found a nice shady spot. They are so fluffy, like it's crazy. They also allowed me to add some sauce, so I decided on leche and some caramel. Let's give it a go. Oh wow. No, I'm so glad I stopped. It's incredible. It's perfectly like grilled on the outside and it's so flavorful. The leche sauce and the caramel go really well together. Very rarely do you have like pancake like that hot, that fresh, and a one-biter, no-brainer. What a great treat. Alyssa's stuck at home working today, so I think I have to save at least a couple of them, but these are super addictive. Amazing little pancakes. I'm surprised just how much street food there actually is in San Miguel de Allende, because it is mostly like sit down, really nice, fancy restaurants. Everyone's dressed up like to Instagram. They sell hats on every corner in case you forgot yours for your epic photo. There is definitely a lot more than meets the eye to this place for sure. I found my way to the Mercado de Artesanias, which is like a goods and souvenir area of San Miguel de Allende. So I'm in the middle of this market right now on Dia de Revolution, and it is just absolutely packed. Every single stall is packed to the gills. So we'll see if we can belly up and find something to eat here for sure. But it is crazy busy. I decided to grab a seat at this little torta and juguito place to get a little bit of jugo verde, which is like this green juice that they sell at almost every Mexican juice stand that you will find. And it's chock full of greens. Sometimes there's spinach, celery, but there's also apple and pineapples and stuff to make it delicious. And it's also really good for you. And this one is 40 pesos for Bolsa. These things are always really good. I also saw she threw some cucumber in there, so it should give it an interesting flavor. Oh, it's nice and cold. You can definitely tell that it's like a health beverage, but with the pineapple, it adds a little bit of sweetness. They added a little bit of fresh squeezed orange juice in there as well. Just a great way to start your day for sure. Come to a market, find a juice stand, ask for a jugo verde, you're in good hands. Another place you're gonna wanna visit on your trip is Templo, San Francisco. This is another famous church built in about 1800, and it's adorned by this beautiful park, and a lot of people come and sit and relax At night, there's different snack vendors and food vendors. There's this beautiful fountain in the middle, and it is just a fantastic Baroque style church. Obviously, if churches are your thing, San Miguel has plenty for you. Right around the corner from Templo San Francisco is the Templo San Filipe, and this is another beautiful church that you can visit. There's an amazing courtyard inside. I haven't seen this one open to the public yet, but it is a beautiful place even just to take in from the outside. Just across from Templo San Felipe is this place that I've been dying to try. These are tacos en bolsa, which are just crunchy tacos de frijol y papa with beans and potatoes. And she serves them in a bag and she just pours this salsa all over it. There's lettuce, crema, and she builds each order to go. And this whole bag was only 25 pesos. This is actually my first bag tacos in my life. Tacos dorados en bolsa. These are so good. The salsa is fire. It gives it most of its flavor. The crema adds like a fatty note to it. The papa is very, very thinly layered in there. So it is just a crunchy on-the-go snack. I mean, I have never had anything like this. That is just so addictive. I think I got 5 in there for the 25 pesos. What a deal. They're kind of like deep fried tacos la canasta, topped with some more lettuce and crema and things like that. Tacos dorados in bolsa. Definitely grab a bag of these if you see this lady across from San Felipe Temple. Definitely worth a stop for sure. These are way better than I thought they would be. They're pretty damn good. I noticed right next to the Tacos Dorados lady, there is an Agua Fresca stand. So I'm gonna get some fresh fruit juice. And it's only 15 pesos for a chico, which is a pretty good price. Hola, buenas tardes. Disculpe, ¿cuáles sabores es eso?
Es frutas.
Frutas, like mixto?
Mixto, sí.
Muchísimas gracias. She was so super nice to me. She gave me a couple samples of the other ones and she actually changed my mind. I was gonna get mixed fruits with cocoa, but I decided to go with the pepino and chia with pineapple. And it is such a good combination. This is actually really cool. That is so good. So if you're going for tacos dorados in bolsa, definitely get an agua fresca from that nice lady as well, because man, what a vibe for sure. I just love Mexico. The hospitality is on another level. I finally met back up with Alyssa.
We walked by this place, Don Taco Tequila, and on Google it says that beers are 49 pesos. We're gonna go in there, have some cheap beers, and try and figure out what we're gonna eat.
Came in for a beer and now we're getting a whole meal.
So after looking at the menu, we realized this place that we stumbled into for a few beers is actually vegan, which is very different from Mexico. So we ordered a few things. We got 2 tacos and a salad to start, and we asked for the spiciest salsa they had.
Where's the beef?
This place is like actually vegan, because a lot of places in Mexico when it says vegan, you'll still get cheese or egg. This place is a full vegan.
This one is the vegan chorizo and avocado with a little bit of chipotle crema on there and some cilantro and onions. Actually, I think I might like vegan chorizo more than regular chorizo. It's like leaner for sure. It's seasoned just as well. Very flavorful. This is a money little vegan taco.
This is the Baja California, and it literally looks just like a fish taco that we would get back home in San Diego. Look, it looks like fish. It's fried cauliflower.
Damn, it is beautiful. Every color of the rainbow is on that one.
I already put salsa on it, so I'm gonna grab a bite now. The cauliflower is so good. It's like real dense, and the breading is amazing on this. The last time that we went to a vegan place was Poland, and we had vegan ramen, and I am again surprised at how good they're making these vegan tacos. I don't feel like I'm not eating meat. I just feel like I'm eating healthier, but it's so good. And the salsa's spicy, which makes it great. The morida, or what looks like matcha salsa, adds like a fattiness to all of this that the vegetables like kind of need to make it more savory, and it's so good. It's really not that spicy. It's more of like an oily matcha, but the flavor is so intense and so good.
We got 2 more tacos.
This is like mushrooms 2 ways. Grilled and sauteed mushrooms with a cheese wrapper and then a tortilla.
Look at the cashew cheese. It's so weird.
Cashew cheese, that's right. I was not expecting them to both come so different than the first 2. So earthy. So mushroomy. The mushrooms are great. This one on the lettuce literally looks like octopus and fish ceviche. I've never seen mushrooms prepared like that. Texture is so weird.
It's ridiculous.
The flavor is so
tastes like
good.
fish.
tell me that's not
Looks
fish.
like squid. If you were to tell me that was a fish, I would have no idea.
Same. I could go vegan.
Who would have guessed that vegan tacos were our jam?
Yeah, I love that. That was
Don
so good.
Juan Tequila, coming with the fire.
Loved it.
So San Miguel de Allende is just full of art galleries. Most of them are free to enter. The artworks are amazing, but they are pretty pricey. That is definitely one of the drawing points to this city, is if you are an art fan, there is an endless amount of galleries for you to explore. One of the things that you are bound to run into in this city are ice cream stands. They are everywhere and they make amazing local ice cream that we are dying to try. Cono, gelato Oreo, y espresso.
So we got an Oreo and a Ferrero Rocher, which the Ferrero Rocher was 15 pesos extra, but everyone in line said it was worth it, so we got it. So the total was 60 pesos.
This is famous San Miguel de Allende NIEVES. Worth the hype?
Yeah. It's more like gelato, so it's like icier.
I can't believe how many flavors they have. It's like Baskin Robbins on the street. It's absolutely insane.
He's got crazy flavors too.
And they're on every corner, but we would totally recommend this place. The cone is also very unique. I haven't gotten quite down that far to take a bite of it, but it's very, very thin and it doesn't have any ridges or anything. It's almost like a crepe that they've fried up. Like, really cool. Man, this is hella good ice cream. This spot is called NIEVES Santa Ana, and you absolutely have to come here because their ice cream is phenomenal.
So we are headed up this monster hill to head to Mi Bistro 300. Mi Bistro 300 is hidden away in this little back alley.
It's a little bit off the beaten path and therefore a little bit quieter. This night there's easily, you can walk in and grab a table, and it's a little bit more affordable than some of the other restaurants in the middle of town.
So this place is a bit fancy for us, but as is everything in this town if you want to have a sit-down meal, so we've decided to splurge a little. We've decided to order a soup, a pasta, and a whole fish. And it comes with the Agua del Dia, which is just unsweetened water with some fruit in it. And it's really pretty and really fancy. I feel like we're in a really nice restaurant that we can afford. So cheers. It's good. I like being fancy. Looks like roasted salsa, yeah?
Yeah. And like a little bread and salsa to start your day. Oh, it looks great.
This soup is so good. It's piping hot. There's whole chunks of clam in there, and this bread on top is delicious. There's like a spinach and parmesan on top. The chunks of vegetables are so small, so they're so good. See that clam in there? Cut really nice and small. I like it when they're small. Easier to bite. There's an oil dripping on top for a little bit of heat. It's amazing. It's creamy. It tastes just like clam chowder.
There is only a few times I've had a whole fried fish in my life and it never disappoints, and this one is fire. It is seasoned absolutely incredibly. The outside is crispy, almost like a chicharron, but the inside is juicy and it has just the lightest, flakiest fish texture to it. Mine came with a salad and these papas bravas that look absolutely amazing. There's like a hot sauce and a mayo and they're fried to perfection. It is absolutely incredible. I like that everything at this restaurant has a face, so you really know the struggle that they've been.
Look how big these shrimp are. They are shrimp inside, so it's going to be a little bit messy to eat, but they're gigantic. Look how many there are. It's like the bowl of never-ending shrimp. It's like a Red Lobster slogan in this place. I'm going under here just to get some pasta to start. Wasn't a very good twirl, but oh well. So thick and so creamy. This is so good. This is like not regular Alfredo. It's way thicker. The seasoning from the shrimp on that pasta is so good. Oh my gosh. This is great. Obviously, I couldn't get something that was like fancy and nice. I had to get like something so messy.
Do you know the difference between a prawn and a shrimp?
If it's a jam and jelly thing, I don't want to know.
Oh, it's about 30 pesos.
Oh. Wow. I was kind of upset because this place is really expensive, but it's really good. Like, definitely worth every penny, every peso.
So I think that because they're actually charcoal grilled, that you can eat the eyes and tentacles and head of this thing all the way. This is actually a moment I've been dying to try. My first shrimp head. Eaten a lot of tails in my day, not a lot of heads. It's actually easier to eat than the tail. It's amazing. There's a ton of that seasoning from the shrimp inside there. I think that because they grill it charcoal style, you're able to do this. I might have to look on YouTube whether this is safe or not. I will be a head eater from here on out.
Whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
Mi Bistro 300. Fire.
That is so great.
It was so great. It was 990 pesos with the tip, so it was a bit expensive, but everything in this town is a little expensive, and that was totally worth it.
Definitely hit this spot when you come. You have seen us have this before. We are ending our night right in front of the cathedral with a vaso de elotes. We got it con todo with chili, lime, butter, mantequilla, crema, and mayonesa. Some fresh off the cob corn. And this is just the absolute perfect way to end this day in San Miguel. All right, so it is bright and early this morning, and I woke up a little bit before Alyssa, so I wanted to surprise her with some pastries and a nice cup of coffee to wake up to. We've had a couple different pastry shops and coffee shops that we're going, and so this morning I'm gonna share both with you. The first is called Kaibak Coffee, and it's probably the most popular coffee spot in all of San Miguel. I think I'm gonna get a cup of coffee there and a pastry, and then we'll pick up something at this other spot for Alyssa. So the spot has like an old rustic feel, and it is a tri-level place, and there's even a little bit of a rooftop, and you can see the cathedral from the very top. And I've ordered a cappuccino and a sourdough BLT, and I added egg to it to make it a little bit more breakfasty. And this coffee looks and smells amazing. This patio is super tranquil in like the middle of the bustling city. I got this amazing sourdough BLT and added egg, but the bread is super crusty and delicious. The egg and cheese melted perfectly together, and that bite of super fresh tomato is just awesome. What a great way to start the day. This place behind me is PANIO, and it is an awesome bakery and coffee shop. It's perfect for grabbing coffee to go, and their quiches are to die for. And that's what I'm here to pick up for Alyssa today.
It's a tiny shop with just 3 tables, so we took it to go in the mornings. The staff is friendly and let us practice our Spanish, but they also speak English if you need it. The line can be long, but it moves quick. It is definitely worth the wait.
I made a total panic purchase and just got a cinnamon roll as well while I wait. So they're warming up Alyssa's quiche, and they're making her coffee right now. These are a cheap, affordable, grab and go, quick snack so you can get on the road and back to sightseeing. They are just so soft and creamy, and the crust is really nice. We got the veggie one yesterday, and this one is the bacon one. It looks like big chunks of pork belly on there. And now Alyssa gets her breakfast.
That's it from San Miguel de Allende. Thank you so much for watching.
If you liked this one, make sure to subscribe. We're going to Oaxaca next. Hey, from Boston, eh?
Wait, in Spanish it's called Boston soup too.
Sopa Boston.
How come it's not called clam chowder?
All right.
Great.
10 out of 10.